Let's take a look at the fastest way we can solve this ACT math question on combinations. The first thing I want to do is I want to come through and read my last sentence because that's where my question is. And my job here is to find out how many different stock symbol options are available. And so that's telling me it's a combinations question. But it's giving me this clue right here. No other restrictions are in place. So that means I better be on the lookout for my restrictions. Now let's jump into our question. On the New York Stock Exchange, companies are allowed four letters in their stock symbol. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to come through and put in my placeholders for my stock symbol. Enhanced Prep wants to create a stock symbol out of the letters in its name. Perfect. So that's telling me the letters that are available are in the name of Enhanced Prep. Now, what else do we have here? Here's where my limitations or my restrictions come into play. The first letter must be an E. So I know I have to put an E here. I only have one letter choice that can go there. So I want to put my one above that. And my last letter must be a P. So I know this has to be a P and I only have one answer choice to put there. What else do we have? They do not want to have any other duplicate letters in the stock symbol. So I need to look at what letters I can use. I can still use an N. I can use an H. I can use an A. Oh, there the N comes up again. I can't repeat that. I have a C. Oh, my E comes up again. I can't repeat that. I have a D. Continuing on to prep, I've used a P already. I have an R that I can use. I've used an E and a P already. So I have a total of 6 different letters that I can put in here for this option. And again, that's N, H, A, C, D. Make sure you can tell that's a D. So these are going in here. So I have 6 options I can put into place here. Now, technically, I'd have 6 options for my third spot as well. But remember, we cannot have any duplicate letters. So whatever letter we used in spot number 2, we cannot use in spot number 3. So I can only have 5 letters that I'm going to choose from now. So to find my combination, I'm going to come through and multiply, and we get G of 30. All right, let's talk a little bit about how we're setting this up. Anytime we're working on that combinations question, I want you to come through and I want you to list out a placeholder for each item that you have in that combination. If we were making a sundae and we had ice cream versus topping and a candy mix in, we'd put 3 things in there. If we were putting together an outfit that shoes, pants, shirt, and a belt, we'd have 4 things that we put in there. Above each placeholder, we're going to put the number of options that we have to choose from. In this case, I had to do an E up front, so I only had that one. I had to do a P at the end, so I only had that one. So again, coming in here, I have to make sure that I am ignoring any other letters that I have already used. So I'm getting rid of everything that isn't used. I had to eliminate one of the N's because again, I can't repeat. So now I have N, H, A, C, D, R as my options to go into that second spot. But let's pretend for a minute that we went ahead and put in an N in here. Well, that means going into this spot, N would no longer be available. And I'd have H, A, C, D, and R left to choose from. I have to remove that option that I've already used when I don't want any duplicates. Biggest thing to remember with these is find a way to keep your work nice and neat and organized with those line placeholders and then multiply your options depending upon what the question lays out for you.